balance on risk taking. Well, again, it's about definition, I think, right? We have different definition where people call it risk appetite, right? So a lot of time, right? To me, it's a risk, right? Even within our team, right? To me, it's a risk, but to maybe my COO, it's not a risk, or maybe vice versa. While yeah, but I think, typically for an entrepreneur, in order to do anything, you have to take risk. So I think a good gauge is that if you feel that you're not taking enough risk, for sure you're not taking enough risk. Because when you take risk, you know. When you're taking a
Exactly.
risk, you surely know. Your gut will know.
Yeah.
When you're not eating, when you're not sleeping, when you're doing all this, you know you're taking risk, which is good. I think most people. I heard there's a survey. Most people when they about to die, they ask what you regret for. Um, Most people say three things, right? They regret that they're not taking enough risks in their lives, and they regret spending too much at work, right? Um, and it's so as I'm biased, but I think what can you lose,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
What's that to
I
lose,
would
right?
say just
Agree.
take a lot of risk.
Hmm.
Take try to yeah try to be bold, try to think out of the box,
Hmm.
try to do things people never done before, because to be honest, there are only two ways to be successful, right? There are only two ways to be successful. Very simple. The one way is you're doing something, you're the only one doing this thing, and nobody else is doing it, right? You're the only one, right? The strategy number one is only one.
Yes.
Strategy
Other
number
pawn.
two, yeah, is you're the best. Strategy
Best.
number two is like there's a lot of people doing it, but you're the best in doing it,
Mhm.
right? Which strategy is easier to pull off? Clearly, number one,
Mhm.
because it's very hard to be the best. There are a lot of smart people out there.
From
So if
Sanford, right?
when there are a lot of people out there, that means it's not a lot of risk, because it's a proven method, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people want to go into investment banking. A lot of people want to go to business school. All right, it's a proven path. I'll make a lot of money. Blah blah blah. Right. So, but you have to beat the other. You have to be on top of others. Right. That's hard.
It's true.
Right. You have to be smart. You have to do a lot of work. But to do something that nobody does, of course, you can define it, right?
Yeah.
Um, to do food tech in Japan back in 2014.
Mhm.
A lot of people do that in China, but nobody does it in Japan, right? Nobody does it
Mhm.
cross border, right? So you can define your own game,
Mhm.
so that you're only player in your own game, right?
It's true.
That's actually, to me, a much easier path to success. I
Mhm.
would say the only strategy to be successful. Once you execute that strategy, and you find some others are trying to get in the same game you're playing, that's a good sign, because that means you
Mhm.
invented a good game.
Yeah.
So that other people
Exactly.
want to join your game and play with you, right?
Mhm.
And then what you do is like you keep beating them because you start early, right?
Mhm.
And you keep being the best in the game. But there are more and more people coming in. There, some people are going to be better than you. Then
Mhm.
the next step is like you have to start inventing another game again, so that you're the only one doing that, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's how entrepreneur, how innovative company works, right? You have to always take risk to
Mhm.
do something nobody does.
Exactly.
Um, that's the only way to survive, I think.